all the birds with fruits, vegetables and seeds, they are reproducing 3 times as much as they would if they were in the natural habitat.
Some animals here had previously been captured illegally and were later rescued. But animals transported to new habitats need careful monitoring, and tourists need to be told how to treat them. Otherwise, they may get sick, be hurt, or even worse.
It could even lead to the extinction of some animals as a consequence of some lack of control by taking one animal from his natural habitat to another region. There's also the illegal trade which benefits from the demand of those animals, all for the sake of keeping them as living exhibits for tourists. So, the big clients of some illegal traders today are some foreigners who take some animals away, or the hotels that have the animals.
Animals are not the only attraction on offer. Visitors to the hotel can also take a trip along the river to visit a community of local Amazon people. How has the coming of the hotel affected their lives?
We have 200 employees living in the hotel. They are local. They were people who used to live by the river banks, making their living from killing crocodiles, selling the skins, killing jaguars and selling their skin, hunting monkeys to eat, hunting birds to eat. Their children didn't have school. They didn't have a good diet because that was what they ate. These local people now earn good wages.
What Bernardino considers good wages is barely enough for their essential needs. I was told that the employees still have to pay for their uniforms, laundry, and a nominal fee for their food. So they have to rely on the goodwill of the tourists.
He employs people but pays them low wages. After buying clothes, shoes, eating what is left for the family, we need money for clothes, medicine. If we fall ill, we need transport to Manaus, which we don't have. My life has become hard, very hard. We need a lot of help.
The presence of the hotel has also increased the demand for land in the area. The government restricts farming in the rainforest on environmental grounds. So, between the hotel and the government, locals are being squeezed out.
$5 Mucho dinero, oye?
We used to work on the land, but now the authorities stopped us. How are we going to survive?
So, what kind of alternatives can we find? How can we provide fun for tourists and keep to the minimum the impact on the environment? All of us want to visit this wonderful place, but how can we use the forest and protect it at the same time? How can we keep the number of tourists down and develop a strong kind of sustainable ecotourism that helps local communities?
The biggest challenge right now is to change the way tourism operates so that most of the profits from tourism will end up in communities, because if a community makes most of the profit from tourism, it has an economic incentive to preserve. So I'm trying to do more and more work. As I'm an ecologist before I'm a tour operator, I believe what needs to happen is we need to have most of the profits being earned by community-owned tourism projects. The challenges are teaching the people to speak English and training them to be professional guides. By professional, I mean knowing that macaw that's screaming over there is what species it is, and knowing the bird calls and knowing about the wildlife, and knowing how we international operators come in here and do tours so that they can compete with my company and with the other companies that are my competition.
From Manaus, we took a plane and flew 2 hours to the west until we reached Tefé. There we were picked meet up our next hosts. By boat, we traveled another hour until we reached the sustainable reservation of Mamirawa.